What is it Christine from Simply Nailogical used to do? Like narcissistic beauty guru intro. Ooh la la la. Ooh la la la. Okay. Hey guys, thanks for coming back. So, what is today's video? I am actually going to start doing my go-to eye look with an eyeshadow palette. So if you are interested in seeing the palette and this eye look as I talk with my eyes closed, then keep watching. First I'm going to show you the palette, talk about it, and then we'll do swatches, and then at the end we'll do the eye look. Hopefully I can provide maybe some timestamps of what it is. That way if you want to skip around you can. But so the first palette that I want to show you is from Uoma Beauty. It's called the Black Magic Allure palette. The artwork on this packaging is just so like stunning. That is just gorgeous to me. So now if I'm not mistaken, this brand Uoma, all of their eyeshadow palettes, and I think they have like 4, I think, they're all like a Black Magic palette, and then so it's like this one's the Allure, and then I think they have the Carnival and 2 other ones that I can't think of off the top of my head. This is a Black owned beauty brand, if that is something that you're wanting to like search out and support more. I picked this up on a whim from Ulta, I think, but I have fallen in love with this palette. I love this. That whole top row is all shimmer shades and the bottom row are all matte shades. I love that it's an even breakdown. That's one thing. So this gives me subculture vibes, but one of my gripes with subculture is that Cube, we can all just admit that shade was just horrendous, so it doesn't even count in my opinion. But then the other 2 shades that are shimmer shades, there's only 2. Like, I like to have more shimmers. Like, I really like an even balance of matte and shimmers, so you do get that with this palette. The shimmer shades in here, when you like touch them with your finger, they do feel kind of like a pressed glitter, but I can't find anywhere like online that says they're pressed glitter. I think they are just shimmer shades. It's just an interesting texture. Out of this palette, I have used almost every shade. I have not used Lady of Gold, this white. I have not used Divine, this more like gold shimmer shade. And I have not used Oh Sun, the matte yellow. And that's it. I have used all the other shades in here. I really love this palette. I have to like hide it from myself because this is just what I have been reaching for like all the time. So yeah, I think that shows how much I love it. But let's just get into some swatches and then we will get back into the eye look, okay? All right, so here is Lady of Gold. And we will just write like that. It's very pretty. It looks like white in the pan, but it's got more of a gold, like it pulls more gold than actual white. Okay, so then this next shade is Divine. And again, we will just go right under there. There's Divine. These shimmer shades are so nice. And like, you saw that, just like one swipe. That's really nice. Then we have the next shade, which is Mystical. It's kind of like this dark foresty green shade. Super pretty. Mystical. All right, so I'm just going to finish off with the 2 shimmer shades. So we have Allure here, which is my favorite shade out of this palette. This gives me like electric vibes. So there's one swipe of it. It does need some building up. It's not as impressive as some of these other shimmer shades, but once you do like 2 swipes, like you can see it there now under the Mystical shade, it's so pretty. And then the last shimmer shade is Enchantress, which is like a nice like buttercup yellow in my opinion. Ugh. So there's all these shimmer shades. So pretty, and it gives me those, I don't know what it is. I've just been super into like these grungy, like green, just well any kind of like grungy shade. So okay, so here's the shade Romantic, which is like a light matte pink shade. And the mattes I'm going to build it up just a little bit more for the sake of camera. It might just be, so the mattes are really smooth and they're easy to blend. Now the darker shades do take a little bit of like extra work to blend, but I think that's just darker shades no matter who you are, what formula you have, darker shades take a little bit of extra work. So if these matte shades seem to be swatching funny, I'm gonna equate that to like I'm using my left hand. But here's the second matte shade in the palette called Love. So there it is, Love. And then we have the matte yellow shade, which is Oh Sun. I could see using Oh Sun and then its like counterpart Enchantress as like a one shadow look. There's Oh Sun. I'm gonna build it up just a little bit more. Again, I think it's just me swatching with like with the wrong hand. But there's the first three matte shades. And then we have this shade Lush, which is just this matte like foresty green shade. And then the last shade in the palette, this dark purple, is Opulence. So there is the mattes and the shimmers. Oh, it's just so pretty. I think you could do some really pretty like all matte looks with this palette if you're into that. So it does retail for $44, which I think is not a bad price. You know, like Urban Decay is more expensive than that. Even like an ABH palette, or is ABH 42? I think they're 42, never mind. It's like on par with ABH, but the formula of this is a lot nicer. There's not a lot of kickback. And when I've used like the shimmer shades, I have just been using my finger, but I don't find that I have a lot of fallout. Now, I'm sure if you used a brush to apply the shimmer shades, you would experience some fallout just because the brush isn't going to grip it quite like your finger does. But we did use quite a few shades in today's look. We used Romantic, Love, Allure, Enchantress, Lush, and Opulence. So we used a lot of shades. But here's like a final look at the palette. And so then let's just get into the eye look. So I'm just going to take a kind of like fluffy crease brush. Again, I'm not really going to talk about like what brushes I'm using because I will have those like either on screen or down below. But the first shade that I want to go into is this nice pink shade right here, Romantic. So I'm just going to take a bit of that on my brush. Okay, I do want to go in just a little bit more with some more of that Romantic shade. But yeah, you can see the difference in the two eyes. So this one is 2 layers, this one is just 1. And I like how it looks with the 2 layers. And I just want to point out on this eye, like right here, kind of this area, it like, I don't know if it's going to show up on camera, but it's not like a dry spot on my eye. But it's like product just kind of sticks and clings there no matter what type of base, what type of primer, anything like that I've used. I've just never found anything that really helps it. So I do have to like do a little bit of extra buffing there. And so that's why you'll see me just kind of concentrate the brush in that like particular area and then go back into those windshield wiper motions. Okay. I like the way that is looking, so I am going to put this brush down. If I do want to like use the same brush, then what I do to like clean them off is I just have my little like, I think this is meant to make like a perfect bun, but it's just like this really coarse material and it works nicely to clean off eyeshadows. Okay, so then I am going to actually, I'm gonna take this brush, which it's almost like, it's the same, it's another blending brush, but it's like a little bit of a smaller dome. And so what I'm going to do is take this shade right here, Love, and I'm going to put that in my crease as well, but not bring it as far up as the Romantic shade. Okay, it takes a bit to like blend out the darker colors. But I don't think that's like anything wrong with the formula. I think that's just how darker colors are, especially like purples and greens and blues and things like that. So you just have to be patient. Okay, so this is what our crease is looking like thus far. Sorry, I keep like looking at myself in the viewfinder to make sure that it's looking okay. Okay, so then for the outer corner, I'm gonna take this like domed brush from e.l.f. You can see it's like in comparison to like even that smaller, fluffier brush. Hopefully you can see how like the black one is way more domed. So I like using something like that, like this, in my outer corner. So we're gonna pick up that shade Lush right here, which is the nice kind of like matte army green looking shade. And it is like, this one takes a lot of patience too, but I'm just barely picking up any product on that brush, and I'm just going to stamp it where I want it in my outer V. I'm gonna take my same, this is just like the blending crease brush that I use. I have not found another one that I like as much. It's very soft, and I haven't had it like the bristles go all funny on me, but I'm just gonna like blend that out a little bit, and not taking, like not blending it all the way to the inner corner. So that is what our outer corner is looking like. So I'm actually just going to use my finger. And I've gotten away with some palettes from doing that because I do find that I get hard pan, but with this palette, I haven't found that to be an issue yet. So I'm going to, on my finger, take this Allure shade right here. And this honestly reminds me so much of Electric from Subculture. And I find that when you do like use your fingers for these types of looks, if you'll just kind of gently dab the area between the two colors, it really like blends it out quite nicely, so you don't have to fool with a brush to do that. But I am going to, again, take our crease brush that we've been using and just kind of like go back over that crease to kind of help make that glitter shade look blended a little bit more seamlessly into the crease. So just inner corner. So I'm going to take this little, it's like a flat, very flat shader brush, I guess. It doesn't have a name on it. It's just from ALAMAR Cosmetics. I think I got this in a BoxyCharm. But I'm going to take this shade Enchantress, which is the nice, like, really pretty yellow here. And that's what I'm going to put on my inner corner and kind of like down on the lower lash line. Okay, so there's what kind of the inner corner is looking like. I think if I go like this, it looks really weird, but you can see like how it's that yellow green and then the dark green. So next what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my little nub of a peach nude eyeliner. This is the Essence Silky Nude eyeliner. I just like to put this in my waterline to make my eyes look more awake. So that's what I'm going to do right now. I don't know if you'll like even be able to tell that I like did that on camera, but I like doing it, so I'm gonna keep doing it. Okay, so then for our lower lash line, I'm gonna take this brush from the Vintage Cosmetics company. It's the Step 3 Go Girl Go. But it's just like this, again, it's kind of like a flat shader brush. It's not my favorite. It's not as stiff as I would want it to be. Like you can see how you like manipulate the bristles and they kind of stay in the position you put them in. But for this, it works really well just like getting right there at the eye line. So what I'm going to do is take first that shade Opulence, which is the dark purple here, and that's just going to go right at the edge of my eye. I don't know if you even could see me like placing it, but just like I said, right there in the outer corners. So I'm going to quickly clean off that brush. It doesn't look super clean, but it is clean. So then I'm going to take that shade Love that we use second in the crease, and I'm going to put that on, bringing that up to like the inner. On our crease brush, I'm not going to take any additional product, but I am going to kind of like blend those two colors together. And then I'm going to take that brush that we used for the inner corner and just go back in with that yellow Enchantress shade and just kind of like fix up the bottom of it a little bit so that it meets the darker shade. Alright, and that is the completed eye look. I am going to add mascara. Don't judge any eye look until you have mascara on, and the one that I'm going to use is the Tarte Gifted. It's just the one that I have open, so I'll be right back. Okay, so I hope you can tell, like on camera, I don't do mascara on my bottom lashes. I just don't like the look of it, so I'm just gonna leave it like this. But I do not have like any fallout from those shades. Now I'm sure if you used a brush to do the shimmer shade that you probably would have a bit of fallout, but I'm gonna like just close my eyes and hopefully this looks okay, like seeing how it looks. But I really love this. So yeah, this is like my go-to look using the Black Magic Allure palette. Yeah, let me zoom back out. Okay, so completed eye look. I will list all of the makeup that I have on my face just in case you're wondering down below. But yeah, I really enjoyed this. I really had a lot of fun like filming this. It was a lot easier. Again, it's my go-to eye look, so it wasn't like I had to sit here and think about what I was gonna do. But I'm really excited to keep doing this with palettes. But one final glorious shot of this, and that's it. I thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye.